So about the MacBook, I was doing a first impressions video of this, the iFi DST Black Label, as well as the Ether 2 in a single video, and the most upvoted comment at the time of recording was about the MacBook. Serini Arrows says, "What? No way. I thought you were better than that, Josh. A MacBook? Come on. You are an audiophile, not a Beats user. Get a Surface laptop or an XPS. Get rid of the abomination. It defaces you, bro." In my defense, there's a couple things here. One, Surface laptops and XPS laptops are great in terms of like specs, power versus price. These absolutely beat, those absolutely beat the MacBook out 100%. You know, if you buy a certain particular type of watch or a certain particular type of headphone, like, you know, audiophiles tend to make fun of people who buy Beats or buy Bose or buy Grado or by Odyssey or by Hyphaman, you name it. There's a group, you know, there's a subset of people who disagrees entirely with what that brand does and what they represent. It always happens. I don't mean to be preachy, because you're a grown-ass adult, you can do what you want. It's fair, you know, whatever. But that whole like method of trying to assign people to a certain class based off of some of the things they own, it's just a little bit silly. I have a couple bits of defense, and then I actually want to talk about some things actual opinions that I have of the MacBook after owning it. This particular product, and I'm only going to be talking about my case of this, not anybody else's, but mine's the only one to have honest and true experience with. I use this thing maybe twice a week. I am not at all a power user for laptops. When it comes to the PC, which I have a PC that runs Windows, chill the fuck out. You know, I actually absolutely consider myself a power user. I edit video for a living on it. I edit photos partially as part of my living. And I do a fair bit of gaming. So I do consider myself relatively a power user for my actual sit-down PC. I've got a whole setup tour coming out soon, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, so despite what the MacBook Pro might be telling you, I know that these don't compare in specs or even quality of certain components to other offerings. But the truth behind why I personally own this is not really because of any technical reasons other than the software that it offers, which I really wanted to try out of curiosity because I didn't have anything that was Apple. Like, I haven't used an Apple computer since, I don't know, middle school, when they were like those big, bright, colorful, Apple things that were pretty horrible. But because I'm not a power user, I wanted it to do a few basic things. One was easily sync with my phone. And since I have an iPhone, Mac is still the best software to do that. My messages get synced, my contacts get synced, my FaceTime history gets synced. Everything gets synced through here. In regards to that operation, it's completely seamless. Now, here's the thing. Looking back now, because I bought this, I want to say 5-6 months ago, 4 to 6 months ago, somewhere around there. I did make a little bit of a mistake buying this. I think what I should have bought was an iPad Pro. I think the iPad Pros would have offered the same options, but actually been a little bit better of a value, even though I think this will actually hold its value over time. Because Apple laptops tend to hold their value percentage-wise better than the iPads do, at least up until this point. We'll see what the future says. Now, there's a couple things about the Apple system, the actual operating system on here, that I wanted to try and just see how it worked. And you know, I thought about entering into the Mac, PC operating system ecosystem. But there's two main reasons why I don't think I will be proceeding with them in the future. One, they're getting outlandishly expensive. Like the Mac or the laptops may stay relatively low, but if I already have a MacBook that I'm going to be able to use as long as it actually lasts that long, but if I already have a MacBook that's going to be able to be used for the next 5 to 10 years, you know, the only thing for me to really get is going to be an actual PC, an actual desktop. But the desktops are crazy, like super expensive nowadays, like the new one coming out. And at the price that's coming in, that's not in my wheelhouse personally. The second reason is I just don't like the majority of the operating system. This is part of why I'm not a power user of this. Like, everything just takes longer than it does on a PC to do. Coming from a PC just feels like it's nickel and diming my time. It's not about the speed of the actual processing power and the RAM and all that stuff. It's not about that. It's just about how the operating system is built. It's bugged me a surprisingly large amount. I don't know why. Anyways, so as an overall package, the build and the fit and finish of this device is amazing. I'm honestly super happy with that aspect of it. The actual touchpad for, you know, the trackpad for your finger, that thing is great. I haven't met a laptop other than the MacBooks that have that feel and are as precise as this is. Not everybody likes it, but I do. Now the keyboard, super controversial. I'm lucky enough to actually enjoy using it, although we'll see what it, you know, how the reliability holds up over time. So the overall build and the aesthetics and the clean gray and black design, I love everything about the build of this device. You know, I don't need massive upgradability for something like this just based off of my personal circumstances of what I use it for. But that's going to change with everybody's circumstances. But in regards to what's applicable to me, this is okay being a limited system. It doesn't need to be the latest and greatest because I'm not keeping up with the latest and greatest software or games or whatever. But honestly, the thing that kills the MacBook for me is the software. There are certain parts of it that I love, primarily the ones that you will also find on a phone that work seamlessly. And they're simply, to me, some of the best implementations of any operating system, like the messaging system or the FaceTime app. It's better than Skype. It's better than any video sharing platform, in my opinion, of the ones I've used. Like I've said before, the compatibility with an iPhone is stellar. It's super clean. It's minimal in terms of how many operations you have to make it work. Like, it's barely any. You basically sign up with the same account and pick what you want to be linked, and it's linked. It's just general browsing. It's selecting audio devices, selecting video outputs, selecting resolution, selecting this, selecting that. Everything has like extra steps to make it work. As a general user, coming from Windows, I have not been impressed with the operating system. So those are my thoughts about MacBook Pro. Does this deface me? Maybe, probably, but I do a whole bunch of other shit that should probably deface me a little bit more. But not that anybody asked or needed that, but there it is.